Today's story is called Brother's Blood. In a desolate valley shrouded in mist, Cain and Abel lived in a dilapidated farmhouse that stood as a grim reminder of their fractured bond. Their father had passed, leaving behind a legacy of favoritism that festered between them. While Abel received praise for his hard work, Cain was left in the shadows, bitterness growing like a weed in his heart. One bleak evening, after yet another argument, Cain decided he would take matters into his own hands. In a fit of rage, he sought out a dark ritual whispered about in the village, a way to harness the spirits of the damned. He believed if he could control these forces, he could finally surpass Abel and claim their father's legacy. That night, under a moonless sky, Cain ventured deep into the woods, clutching a tattered book filled with forbidden incantations. He arrived at a clearing where the air was thick with an otherworldly chill. Ancient stones were arranged in a circle, covered in moss and dripping with a dark, viscous liquid. With trembling hands, he began to chant the incantation, the words twisting on his tongue. As he spoke, shadows coalesced around him, swirling with a life of their own. The wind howled, carrying whispers of the tormented souls he sought to summon. "Awaken," Cain shouted, desperation in his voice. "Give me the power to claim what is mine." Suddenly, the ground trembled, and a figure emerged from the darkness, a wretched spirit, its face a contorted mask of agony. "What do you seek, mortal?" It rasped, voice like gravel scraping against bone. "I want to be the strongest." To show Abel he is nothing, Cain spat, his heart racing with the thrill of dark ambition. The spirit's hollow eyes narrowed. "Power comes with a price. You must offer a sacrifice." Cain hesitated but quickly pushed the thought of remorse aside. "Take what you need," he demanded, his resolve hardening. "Very well," the spirit hissed. "Your sacrifice will come from your own bloodline." As the spirit's chilling laughter echoed through the clearing, Cain's heart sank. But before he could react, the shadows lashed out, pulling him into the darkness. "No. I didn't mean," but it was too late. Meanwhile, Abel, sensing something amiss, ventured into the woods, fear gnawing at his gut. "Cain!" he called, the sound of his voice swallowed by the oppressive silence. As he moved deeper, an overwhelming sense of dread enveloped him, each step heavy with impending doom. When Abel reached the clearing, he found it alive with darkness. The air crackled with energy, and the ground was stained with fresh blood. In the center, the shadows writhed, and he saw Cain, transformed, his body twisted and contorted, eyes wide with horror. "Cain!" Abel screamed, rushing forward, but the shadows surged, blocking his path. "What have you done?" "I sought power," Cain roared, but his voice was laced with madness. "Now it's consuming me." The spirit emerged from the shadows, its grotesque form looming over both brothers. "You have brought him to me, Abel. A fitting sacrifice for your brother's ambition." Abel's blood ran cold as he realized the truth. "You can't take him," he shouted, fear and rage battling within him. "He's my brother. His ambition has sealed his fate. But perhaps you can offer something more," the spirit crooned, its voice dripping with malice. "A soul for a soul." "Never," Abel spat, stepping forward defiantly. "I won't let you take him." The spirit's laughter echoed through the clearing, dark and mocking. "Then watch as he becomes my servant. He will haunt you for eternity." As the shadows coiled around Cain, he screamed, his voice a twisted mixture of terror and fury. "Help me, Abel. I didn't want this." The darkness enveloped him completely, and with a final, anguished cry, Cain vanished into the void. Abel fell to his knees, tears streaming down his face. The clearing fell silent, but the air was thick with a palpable evil. Suddenly, the spirit turned its gaze to Abel, its eyes burning with dark intent. "Your brother's ambition has awakened the hunger within him. He is now mine, and he will come for you." With that, the spirit vanished, leaving Abel alone in the clearing, the night air heavy with despair. He stumbled back to the farmhouse, but he was not alone. A sinister presence lingered in the shadows, waiting. Days turned into weeks, and Abel found himself haunted by Cain's twisted spirit. At night, he could hear whispers in the wind, feel cold breaths on his neck, and see flashes of his brother's tortured visage in the darkness. Each encounter chipped away at his sanity, leaving him terrified of what was to come. One fateful night, as a storm raged outside, Cain's spirit finally revealed itself. "Abel," it whispered, voice echoing with pain and anger. "You must pay for what you have done." "No. I tried to save you," Abel cried, backing away, but the shadows closed in around him. "You chose to let me fall." Cain's voice grew more monstrous, a blend of rage and sorrow. "Now you will join me in this eternal torment." The walls of the farmhouse shook as darkness poured in, swallowing the light. Abel screamed as the shadows consumed him, the realization crushing him. In the end, he had lost not only his brother but himself. The farmhouse stood silent, a dark monument to their cursed legacy. And in the shadows of the valley, the whispers of the brothers echoed, a chilling reminder that jealousy and ambition could unleash horrors far worse than death, binding their souls forever in a twisted nightmare. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe for more content. And let us know in the comments what you think.